San Fran fan. Say that 10 times fast. San Fran. That's hard to do. Will Deebo be back week 1? No, I don't think so. Deebo keeps saying he's going to be back week 1. Like, every week, Deebo Samuel is saying he's going to be back week 1. And yet doctors and team officials and Kyle Shanahan are all like, woo, probably not going to happen. I don't see week 1. Week 1 is like less than 3 weeks away. No, he's not going to be ready to go week 1. Maybe week 2, maybe week 3, but would make sense would be week 4 because there's a 2-game road trip. They go to the Jets and the Giants. He could stay home and rest a foot. And then week 4, when Philadelphia comes to San Francisco, Sunday Night Football, that is when you make your return. So could he technically go week 1? Yes, they've not ruled him out. Will he go week 1? I'm going to say right now, no, I do not see that happening. And that is, of course, why they signed Kevin White today. If they thought Deebo was going to be ready for week 1, they would not have signed Kevin White and Tavon Austin and J.J. Nelson. Like, would not have happened, which is a little indicator. It tells you he's not going to be ready to go for week 1. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. David says, should we use Pettis as a return man with Reed James out with injury? So they have been using Dante Pettis to do punt returns. They might have been doing it for kick returns as well, but they sub in Brandon Ayuk, and they've subbed in a running back. I think it's Jerick McKinnon as well. I'm blanking on what I saw at practice the other day. But yes, they have been using Pettis as a return man. He, of course, did that earlier on in his NFL career. Richie James never really provided, a real spark at kick return. Like, he wasn't bad, but he didn't return any kicks for touchdowns, and his average was like 11 yards per return. So I'm sure they're trying to find somebody who will provide a spark, and Pettis, a former higher draft pick, could do that. And so, yeah, I think that they might go ahead and slide him in there. They've been working him at kick return or punt return, so far in training camp. That's a good indicator that he's at least going to have his shot. Brandon says, Tevin Coleman over under 5 rushing touchdowns. I'm going to go under. I think this will be the forgotten year for Tevin Coleman. I think they're going to, push him down the depth chart. Jerick McKinnon's had an incredible training camp from everything that we've heard. He's going to be bumped up, in my opinion. So it'll be Mostert 1, and Mostert will average 15 to 20 touches a game. And then the next best running back, whoever it is only going to get 5 to 10. So you're not going to have a lot of opportunities to run the football, especially down there in the red zone. So I'm going to say under, not like 1 or 2, more like 3 or 4. But there's no way he gets 6 or 7 touchdowns this year, right? Just not going to happen. Let's see here. Rain says, Mott, who's your number 1 49er? Like this year or like in the past? Because the past is too easy, right? Because it's easily either Montana or Rice or Young or whoever it is. Right now, it's simple. George Kittle's sweet. Right? Like, isn't George Kittle easy to root for? You look at the 49ers, you got all these different players. You got Nick Bosa, who's fantastic, but still a little young, like show me again in year 2. Jimmy Garoppolo, calm down the interceptions. The most fun 49er to watch is easily George Kittle, both on and off the football field. He's absolutely fantastic. He is my 49er, my favorite 49er right now. Let me know who your guys' favorite 49er is. This is actually a good question. Who is your favorite 49er right now on the 49ers active roster? Let me know. Active roster. No, not Antonio Brown. I know someone's going to type that. No, he's not going to be a 49er. George Kittle's my answer, right? George Kittle's my answer. And speaking of which, look at this transition. You go ahead and pick up his jersey, which you should do right now. We have the official George Kittle jerseys right now on sale, 20% off. This is the official real deal Nike stuff. If you've ever ordered a jersey off eBay and it got to you, it was like $15, it was probably the wrong color and had the wrong spelling. This is not that. This is the official stuff. Chatsports.com/Kittle. Click the link in the description. You'll see exactly what I am talking about. And if you don't want George Kittle or you like Jimmy Garoppolo better, well, guess what? Boom. Jimmy Garoppolo's jersey right there. Chatsports.com/Jimmy G is also 20% off. $63.99 for an official NFL Nike jersey. This is exactly what you need. I'm telling you, you need this right now. Go ahead and pick it up. Link is down below in the description box. Okay, running out of time. Get those questions in. I'm telling you, you better hurry up because I don't want to see DMs saying, well, I missed my question. You got to get them in right now. Who do you think will start, Kevon Alexander or Dre Greenlaw? I think it'll be Dre Greenlaw, although let me say this. There has been zero news on the linebacker battle happening right now at training camp. And this is another reason why we need preseason games, because then we could watch Kevon Alexander, we could watch Dre Greenlaw, and see for ourselves. But at training camp, you get a limited amount of time in front of the players from a media standpoint. You don't get to see everything that happens, and then you just get to ask questions in the Zoom press conferences, and not a lot of questions have been asked about Dre Greenlaw or Kevon Alexander. So they've not indicated who is going to start, who's close to starting, who will start. I think it'll be Dre Greenlaw based on last year, but we've had no indication on who's been better in training camp, so I have no idea. Listen, Alexander might be better this year, and they'll start him, but I would not know because they've not talked about it so far in training camp. So I'm going to guess Greenlaw, but I have no insider firsthand knowledge on who's played better because they haven't shown us or talked about it all so far in training camp. It's kind of annoying. Cody says, who will be our offense and defensive MVPs this year? Offense is going to be Jimmy Garoppolo or Raheem Mostert. I'm going to go with Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo's going to have a great year. Defensive MVP, I mean, Bosa's an easy pick. Armstead's an easy pick. Jimmy Ward's easy pick. I'm going to go with Fred Warner. I think Fred Warner is a super underrated linebacker. He's absolutely incredible. I think he's probably going to be defensive MVP because more national media people, not just 49er fans and 49er beat writers, actually are going to get to see him play more in prime time because they have a ton of, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night games. People are going to finally start appreciating a guy like Fred Warner. So I'm going to say he'll get defensive MVP. D Ford's value in a trade. I don't think you could squeak a third for D Ford. I don't think so. Listen, he played 20% of the snaps last year, could not stay healthy, even though he was on and off the football field. Great pass rusher. I think you get a fourth at best for D Ford right now. At best. You got to remember where we're at in the season and what trade value looks like for an aging and injured defensive end. I think a fourth would be at best. If someone would give you a second for D Ford, you'd do it in a heartbeat, but no one's going to, and that's why obviously he's not been traded. Jay says Raheem Mostert over under 1,000 rushing yards. It better be over 1,000. I think they're going to work Raheem Mostert like crazy this year, and you saw glimpses of that later on in the NFL season whenever they actually started to figure out he was good, right? Took a little bit of time, and then they figured it out, and then they ran him a bunch. If you were a fantasy owner, like I was later on in the season, you didn't thank them very much. I think it'd be over 1,000 for sure. Easily over 1,000 from scrimmage, but over 1,000 for sure. Yeah. All right, diehard fans, we need likes on this video right now. I want to see that like button be smashed, and I want to see the like button go up. The likes in this video have got to go up, so go ahead. If you're a diehard 49er fan, which you probably are, then go ahead and hit that like button right now. Show us some love here on YouTube. And, of course, whether you're watching this in the past or I guess in the future because it was filmed in the past or whatever it is, go ahead and click the thumbs up button right now, especially if you guys are diehard 49er fans. Do it. I see it going up. We appreciate it. All right, a couple more here. Running out of time. Let's see what Bicky Robbie. That's fun. Bicky. Oh, no, Matthew. Matthew squeaks in here. I thought it was Bicky Matthew. Chances. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Do I put Dez Bryant up on my wall? Because I'm going to make a list of 49er players that they're not going to sign because they're all disgruntled. If you missed this in the first episode or you just joined us, I'm getting so frustrated of asking about asking about Antonio Brown and Earl Thomas. I'm going to make a list right here. Players they won't sign. Does Dez make the list, though? Because Dez is a disgruntled guy, right? And there's a reason he's not signed. But he's not, like, super dramatic. I'm going to think about it. Tune in to next 49er report on Thursday and wait and see if I'm going to put up a list or not. We'll see if Dez makes it. We'll see. Let me say this. I would rather have Dez than Antonio Brown, Earl Thomas, or Josh Gordon. How about that? You want to know why? Because Dez Bryant is not going to get suspended for smoking weed. At least I hope he wouldn't. I don't think he would be. He hadn't been in the past. So maybe he makes the list. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. He's borderline. He's right on the edge. All right. This came out a little bit later in the show than we normally do it. But shout out your city. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know right now. I am in the incredibly hot city of Atlanta. It is brutal outside. I'm going to go walk the dog here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to sweat to death. It's hot in Atlanta. But where are you guys watching from? Dallas, of course, is the Chat Sports home. That is where Bruce's are chilling, Dylan right now. Producing this episode. It's probably hot in Dallas as well. But if you're in a colder, more fun climate, let me know where you guys are watching this show from right now. Shout out your city. And while you're doing that, get your final questions in because we have time for just a couple more here. San Fran fan. That's the one you guys say really quickly. San Fran fan. Are there still rumors of Clowney? No, there've been zero talk about Clowney. Clowney, I don't know why no one wants to sign Clowney. I think he wants too much money. That's why no one wants to sign him. Plus, he's been injured a ton in his career. There are zero rumors about Clowney to San Francisco. I do not see it happening at all. There's been no rumors at all. And we cover rumors here. There's been nothing about Clowney, at least the past couple of weeks. So, no, I don't see that happening at all. Carlito says, how do you think our second string, who do you think will be our second string running back? It'll be Jerick McKinnon, most likely, at least toward the latter part of the season because he's going to be better than Tevin Coleman. That's my prediction, at least. I think it's going to be McKinnon. I'm high on McKinnon right now. I think he's going to be really, really good. I hope he proves me right because if I'm right, that's a lot better for business because it's better if I'm right than if I'm wrong. And I'm right way more than I am wrong It's Coleman right now as the RB2. I think if you ask San Francisco to put out an official depth chart, this is what it would look like. They obviously traded Matt Breida. They still have Michael Hasty and Jeff Wilson Jr. I think McKinnon gets bumped up in front of Coleman and will be the RB2. But really, what is an RB2 anyway? They're just going to rotate people in and out of there. But I think Coleman is going to be bumped down, and McKinnon will go ahead and be the number 2 guy, at least at the beginning. And then if Coleman plays better, then they'll move McKinnon back. It's back and forth. Who do you think will be the number 2 running back? What do you think? C for Coleman, M for Jerick McKinnon. Let me know what you guys think right now in the comment section. Type C down below for Coleman. Type M down below for McKinnon.